the old days, we used to just gather up some extra food that grocery stores were going to throw away and say, hey, let's not let it go to waste. Those days are long gone. Food is a primary support for people. It's really important to people, and food banks are at the center of doing that. And it's time for a rethink about how we fund them and supply them.
It was announced earlier this month that the USDA would be cutting more than $1 billion in funding for local food banks and schools. Executive Director for NeighborImpact, Scott Cooper, says the food bank will start feeling that impact in the next few months.
About a 17% reduction in total food that we're able to distribute to feed those 73,000 people a month. Because we've got some changes happening at the federal level, and the federal government has stopped distributing commodities through certain programs that are absolutely essential.
Cooper says NeighborImpact allocated 4.5 million pounds of food just last year alone.
At the end of the month, they still need to eat after they paid the rent and after they paid the child care and after they paid for the gas and they paid for the utilities. And oftentimes working class budgets just won't meet that requirement anymore. And so food banks have moved into the mainstream of the feeding system. And we don't have an alternative for people if they aren't able to provide.
NeighborImpact went and met with the congressional delegation in D.C. at the beginning of March to try and find some additional funding to replace funds lost through the commodities.
We've got an ask going with the legislature to try and find some additional funding to be able to purchase some food to replace what we're losing through the commodities. Obviously, we'd like to see the Commodity Credit Corporation turn the taps back on so that we were able to get this food. So we're scrambling wherever we can to try and make a difference. Donations always help.
Steele Haugen, Central Oregon Daily News.